Welcome to the PharmaSource podcast.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the PharmaSource podcast and another special edition as we lead up to CDMO Live 2025 in May. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by several members of the Recipharm team, one of our gold sponsors for CDMO Live, joined today by Vincenza, by Uwe, and by Kerstin. And before we start the podcast in full, I'm going to ask each of them for a brief introduction to get us started.
Thank you, Chris. My name is Vincenza Pironti. I'm the head of business development in the Recipharm group. So my role is to introduce new projects inside the Recipharm network.
Hello, everybody. My name is Uwe Hahnberg. I'm a pharmacist and hold a PhD degree in pharmacy. I'm as well specialized pharmacist for analytics and formulation development. In Recipharm, I'm working as head of product implementation. And in this function, I'm responsible for all aspects, all commercial and scientific aspects in product development, and the individual development teams are reporting into me.
And finally, to Kerstin.
My name is Kerstin Vieluf. I am heading the sales team for mainly the drug product group. So this includes Vincenzo's business development team, as well as the key account management team and the inside sales team.
Thank you. Delighted to welcome you all to the PharmaSource podcast today. Really looking forward to a conversation. So let's start maybe at the beginning. And Kerstin, I think I'm going to come to you for this one. Recipharm, obviously a brand, a business that many of us are familiar with, but give us a bit of an introduction to Recipharm as a whole.
Sure. So let's start with some numbers for the introduction. Recipharm belongs to the top 10 global CDMOs with more than 5,000 employees across 17 sites in Europe, US, India, and Israel. We are partnering with more than 400 customers, supplying into more than 100 markets worldwide, being successfully inspected by our respective authorities. Every minute, over 1,000 patients are using a product manufactured in one of our sites. So for our offering, we are offering quite comprehensive services as the development and manufacturing solutions for oral delivery of medicines, sterile fill and finish development and manufacturing across biologics and small molecules, as well as under the brand Recipharm, development and GMP manufacture of ATMPs, which include plasmids, xRNA, viral vectors, as well as the microbiome products, and not to forget standalone analytical services. While each site might have its specific capabilities and capacities, all of the 17 sites have a lot in common. They all have the experts which are working closely connected in the network with a very client-centric focus, and they start from development or tech transfer to commercial supply. This close collaboration is the basis for the high quality of our services. And not to forget, we are all working also under one quality system, which adds really a huge benefit to our clients working in several sites, which are becoming more and more.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Kerstin. We're right at the start of 2025. 2024 already feels like a long time ago, but tell us a bit about how 2024 was for the Recipharm business and what are your key focus areas for 2025?
So as CDMO, we hear the voice of our customers. So we have done several investments in order to make the life of our customer easier. Specifically, we have launched a couple of capabilities in the prediction of how a drug product can behave during the manufacturing or during the development. And this new platform has been named ReciPredict. We are really proud of this specific tool because this can save money for our customer by limiting the amount of drug substance used in the trials and during development. Specifically, we have even heard our customer in having a simplified development network, so we can offer an end-to-end service now, even in the sterile fill and finish. Because we have made some investment in the product development, specifically we have implemented the sterile development in our Bengaluru site, based in India. what we have done, we have even focused our business by divesting certain sites, which we have named in the operation named Magic Dose. In this operation, basically, we have restructured the Recipharm organization by having all the sites strategically focused in the drug product and specifically with certain technologies. On top of that, we have even implemented new capabilities in our sterile fill and finish plant, like the introduction of a pilot scale line in Wasserburg site, so in Germany. And we are starting to renew our pipeline together with our customer because we have received many new projects coming from the new customer, specifically based on biosimilars. So we are introducing more and more biologics in our drug product network in a way that we are introducing new complexity, new challenges from technological point of view, which can easily be fixed through the tool that I have mentioned before, like Recipharm. Together with that, we want to hear the customer for the 25, and we understand there is a gap in the capacity specifically for certain segment of products, like high potent or antibody drug conjugated. So for this reason, we are seeking partners that can invest together with us by renewing our offer and introducing even this kind of capabilities like the manufacturing of high potent products. And always, in order to stay on top for the technology, we want to offer our customer certain solutions which are pretty new, like the continuous manufacturing, not only for the oral drug, the oral solid dosage, but even for a certain specific drug substance like the mRNA. We can offer even this, and we are really proud that we can offer technology which are at the state of the art.
Wow, thank you. There's a lot going on at Recipharm in 2025 on biosimilar side. It's lots and lots going on across the board. Thank you, Vincenza, for that summary. Uwe, we've touched on it briefly, but tell us a bit more about the main technologies and services that you're investing in as a business.
Yeah, sure. As Vincenza already elaborated on, Recipharm is continuously investing to strengthen its existing capabilities, as well as investing into new technologies and services. One example mentioned as well by Vincenza is our activity in continuous manufacturing, in particular in the area of mRNA, but in other technologies as well. Further, we are investing heavily in our product development and pilot scale GMP capabilities. In last year, we have invested almost 5 million in our Zwickau site in Europe and in Bengaluru. In Europe, we have established a Gerteis mini pactor, that is a compactor for oral solids that allows us controlled or compaction under very controlled conditions. We have invested in a Rotab GMP pilot scale press and a GKF 702 capsule filler, which can support dual filling technologies. And by adding to these equipments, to this hardware, statistical tools, experts, physical characterization equipment, and the new compression and compaction simulator, a Style 1 Evolution Pro, which is established in Zwickau and in Bengaluru, so in both of our development flagship sites, we have launched our ReciPredict Value by Design platform. Yeah, so with all these tools out of one hand, we can much faster understand the physical characteristics of a formulation, the impact of the material and process parameter on the quality attributes, and can with this develop faster and bring products to market faster and with less API consumption. As mentioned already by Vincenza, we are considering to invest further in high potent capabilities for oral products. having already the commercial scale capabilities, which will be expanded as well. We are going to invest this year in high potent pilot scale capabilities to further support in that area development and tech transfers as well. We mentioned, Vincenza elaborated as well on our capabilities for sterile product development, which were enhanced in Europe, but in India as well. So you can come now to Recipharm for sterile product development as well. Yeah. And last but not least, within ReciBio, we are continuously enhancing our biologic capabilities, and certainly in key focus for 2025 will be the antibody drug conjugate.
Thank you very, very much. Certainly a huge amount going on the technology and the services side. So thank you very much for that summary. Looking a bit more towards capacity, Kerstin, what capacity does the business currently have, and what are the plans going forward?
While we are still having additional capacity in our existing manufacturing lines, we are also able to use the existing space in our facilities to install new equipment designed specifically to meet the specifications and the capacity needs of new projects or new product requests. Some of these sites can even not only offer existing space in their existing buildings, but we also have greenfield available, which we can, together with the client, dedicate for engineering activities for bigger projects. From a business perspective, all these projects can be based on kind of condo models or even a co-invest in a strategic partnership. And we are really looking forward to get more requests in this regards, and I'm happy to discuss with new and existing strategic partners.
Of course, great. And we can certainly look forward to those conversations at CDMO Live in May. Vincenza, moving on to more of a customer focus. Obviously, you're a very large CDMO. You've got a lot of employees, a lot of sites. What are the ideal customers for you to work with as a CDMO? Is it driven by a specific phase of development or manufacturing? Is it a location? Is it a particular specialism? What's the ideal scenario for you?
So thank you, Chris, for the question. I think it's important to highlight that considering that Recipharm is now a global organization and considering the new investment, we have the ambition to have customers belonging to different sizes. So we can deal with very small organization because we can offer our expertise in order to fulfill the requirement to have the products on the market. And on the other hand, we have an organization so flexible that can offer a reliable services even to large multinationals. So we can cover all the sizes of the company. Once again, being a global organization, we have the ambition to serve globally the drug product services because we can have the possibility to get in contact with global organizations. And specifically, thanks to the investment done in development, we would like to be an end-to-end service provider. So starting from the early phase, even in the formulation development phases, to get the product on the market and be a reliable partner to supply the products in the commercial stage. Specifically, what I would like to highlight is the fact that we can offer special services like the ophthalmic services in the blow fill and seal segment, which is not usually in all the CDMO. So we can start from tableting, having capsule, moving to traditional sterile fill and finish, and then having even ophthalmic. So we can cover really the full option for the drug product in the pharmaceutical market. And for this reason, in the case a product should be developed in different forms and for different indication, we can cover basically all the indication possible for the pharma market.
So true flexibility, adaptation per customer, etc. Thank you very much, Vincenza. Uwe, I'd like to ask you a bit about sustainability, if I may. There's a huge focus, obviously, within the industry on sustainability, on reducing Scope 3 emissions. How are you as a business at Recipharm supporting this drive to sustainability? What are your plans for reducing customers' carbon footprint and your wider plans in the area?
Yeah, Recipharm and its employees react long-term oriented, and we all have highest interest in a healthy environment and sustainable business consequently. So we have established a sustainability strategy, including a sustainability policy, sustainability targets, and related KPIs. Our current main focuses in Recipharm in this strategy are to reduce our climate impact with switch to renewable energy and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The second main focus is increase resource efficiency. Here we currently focus on water management and on our waste in general. We have the third point is drive safe and ethical business. So in focus is the employee EHS or safety, diversity and inclusion and business ethics. And the last point is enable good health. And here we speak about our quality and safety and to support access to medicines and vaccines for everybody in the world. Our sites are certified to the ISO 14001 environmental management system and the ISO 4501 occupational health and safety management. And some sites also use the ISO 50001 energy management system. To meet our 2050 zero goals, we have put in place specific milestones. So we want to be at zero Scope 2 greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. So these are the energies related emissions caused by media suppliers. We want to be at net zero Scope 1 GHG emissions by 2040 and at in 2050 at the net zero Scope 3 greenhouse gas emissions, which include all our suppliers, all our materials, machines, etc. We have a governance sustainability structure in place and have an EcoVadis rating. And we have achieved already in 2024 100% renewable energy. We are on track to achieve 20% water reduction by the end of 2026. And as well, that is important, on track to achieve zero waste to landfill by 2026. Despite all these targets and goals, which we address with our suppliers and with our engineering teams and EHS teams, we have already a lot of cooperations with our customers ongoing, because as a CDMO, we are not owner of the product. So in dedicated cases, we are moving to electronic product information, or electronic batch recording. We have replaced PVC labels with polypropylene labels. We are replacing polystyrene trays with polyethylene trays. When you in the packaging at the end of the line. With some customers, we are replacing aluminum blister with alternative materials, and we have process improvements together with our customers, which are resulting in water usage reduction or CO2 emission or increased capacity. So it is not that we do it only on our own or with our suppliers. We are actively engaging with our customers as well in sustainability.
Thank you, Uwe, for all of that information. It's an impressive story. I really like the very, very clear breakdown of the 2030, the 40, the 50 goals. Lots of achievements so far in terms of what you've done, and the point about the partnership with clients being, really important to make sure that you're on the same page. And obviously you've got a very clear roadmap going forward. For us, the key element that we're going to be focusing on at CDMO Live in May, obviously, is really the focus on outsourced manufacturing, on the meeting and the connection and the partnerships between CDMOs and outsourcing executives. So as a final bit of advice, perhaps, what advice would you give to biotechs or pharma companies when partnering with a CDMO? What are some of the challenges you see? How do you go about fixing them? What are the important factors in that partnership?
Yeah, so when you go to work or partner with a CDMO, my first advice would be ensure you have a mutual common understanding of expectations and scope of work, on the way and rhythm of communication, on how you want to work together in project management and with regard to governance and escalation. Yeah. So secondly, when you start a business and at certain stage gate points, at the end of a milestone, for example, you should perform a thorough and repeated risk and gap analysis. And not only a gap analysis on the pharma part or on the development or project part, but you should include as well a business risk assessment. Is it still worth doing it, or collaboration? An EHS risk assessment to ensure that the safety of all employees involved is guaranteed. And you should have a look on the QA risk assessment as well to see, for example, if something in the regulatory strategy or regulatory aspects has changed. Very important as well, and that is underestimated very often, spend effort on your knowledge management. And ensure that your project can be continued independent from people. If you don't know where your data are, you have no data anymore. So people may change in the project. So make sure that you have a good structure for your knowledge management, where to save all the results of your work or of your project, so that you can continue even if people get ill or are not there anymore. And a successful partnership with a CDMO is always supported by structured communication, joint stage gates, business review meetings, and appropriate governance and escalation procedures. So if something goes wrong, you know whom to call to fix it. And reoccurring problems are in principle a mirror of what I just said. It is different expectations with regard to scope of work or timelines. A reoccurring problem is as well a change in scope is not clearly communicated and aligned. Then the partners are not working in the same direction. Processes to be transferred, not robust. That happens every day. No knowledge management and no attention of the CDMO due to wrong setup of relationship. But that in principle only mirrors the points which I said, which you should consider. And how to fix the problems? There are two options. Take into account what I just elaborated on, or come to Recipharm.
That's a very, very nice way to end, Uwe. Thank you for a great deal of insight about one of the largest CDMOs. Really enjoyed the conversation. Looking forward to hearing more when we meet in Rotterdam in May. Thanks very much, and best wishes for 2025.
Experience the future of contract manufacturing at CDMO Live 2025. Join us at the World Trade Centre Rotterdam on May the 7th and 8th, 2025 for an exclusive event that brings together the sharpest minds in biopharma outsourcing. For 2 days filled with market insights, best practices and partnering. Early bird tickets are now available, so head to cdmolive.com to download the agenda and to book your ticket.